you don't begin to value something that you have that you may have neglected for a while until someone else starts to give that thing more value than you've been giving it. I said, I'm not walking inside. Damn, yo, he dropping gems, yo. Everything that I do work-wise, everything that I do when I'm on the job, like it's a vibe. Yeah, yo, make a little mistake and lose all of that. I would wake up every day before the alarm clock. Yo, I'm about to get it. This is about to be it, yo. Yo, who is this dude? I didn't even announce myself on the first episode. My name is Daryl Hunter. Title of this podcast, you see it, That's Vital. My boy, I can't even say my boy. He's in a different category. So you have your outer circle, then you've got your inner circle. And the outer circle, actually, they're more so like affiliates. It's good vibes when y'all hang out and everything, but y'all ain't really in any type of like committed friendships or anything.
You ain't really walking the same path neither.
Inner circle, that's the people that influence you. That's the people that raise or lower your temperature.
I like to call it more family because I feel like, for me, family ain't just like bloodline, right? Family is people that want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
They want to see you specifically go to the next level. You know
Yeah, that's real. People that really have your best interest at hand. People that they mean well for you.
Yeah.
I had a thought earlier today. I heard this pastor say one time, he was like, Christ is undoing creation. Mm-hmm. So in the beginning was creation, and now at the end, what's happening little by little, he's undoing creation. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole. I'm not a theologian. I'm not even going to sit here and act like it. But I remember T.D. Jakes said that before God elevates you, he often has to cut you back. I'm seeing that happen in my life. I've reached breakthrough.
That transition.
Yeah. And I'm like, what's happening is everything that I had learned to get me to the top of where I was with the last thing I was doing, it was like today was an exam. Mm-hmm. Everything was reviewed before today. So I had an electrical job, and I didn't have a voltage tester with me. I didn't have anything, any type of tester to test for current, anything. I also didn't have needle nose pliers. I also didn't have electrical tape. I didn't have electrical tape. Yeah, I didn't have anything. So anyhow, today was like the exam for review because, okay, everything that I had learned about electricity, it was like, okay, I need you to put your skills to the test now with your hands tied. You don't have your multimeter, you don't have your electrical tape, you don't have your needle nose, but you need to get these people's fan working. It took me longer than it would, obviously, if I had the tools. Take the tools, okay, boom, nothing here, nothing, all right.
Right now.
So anyhow, I pulled the fan apart, I'm shaking it around, testing the wires, turning the switch on and off, I got nothing. So then that thought came to me. I'm like, maybe it's the switch. My initial assessment was that the wires had got loose or came out. The person who I was doing the work for said that when he would shake it, it would start working. Okay. So I assumed he meant the light itself. Yeah. So I'm looking for the wire nuts. I'm playing with the wires, tugging on them. The wires seem like they're fine. So I'm like, maybe it's the switch. Then when I took the switch off, I saw a piece of plastic from the top of the switch with a hot wire connects break off. I'm going somewhere. Saw it break off. I was like, all right, that's probably the problem right there. So I took the switch out the wall. I turned the switch on. And oh, mind you, I had the fan plugged into the outlet where the light where the light current was supposed to come out to see. Because if the fan turns on, then when I plug the light in, the light's going to turn on. Took the switch apart, and then I touched, man, it's hard to explain what I did, but basically I checked the top wire, and, well, actually, I just moved it a little bit, and the fan came on.
It's a loose wire,
so, yeah, that's what it was a loose wire. On light switches, you can there's a hole in the back where you can feed your live wire into that hole, or either way, you have to strip that wire back. So yeah, the wire was stripped back. It was in the hole, but the plastic had broke off. So what I wound up doing, I didn't have needle nose pliers, because needle nose pliers, you can pull the wire out and then twist it. I knew the wire was live, so I want to be careful touching it. So I had a pair of regular pliers. So I took the regular pliers, pulled the wire out, bent it like it needed to be bent, put it on the nut, screwed it in. Boom. The joint was working. 100%. What I realized was it was like an exam. It was legit like an exam. It was like God was saying, look, let me put you to the test. Let me see how much of this new knowledge you retain. Because when I started doing handiwork, which, man, that was a journey, man. Like, I knew nothing. All right, I came in knowing nothing. I came in, let me see, I was with the cable company. You remember, we was with the cable company together, man, for a few years. Mm-hmm. And then met people, talked to people, met this dude Jesse, and he told me about TV Mountain and Harbor Freight, how they got these little $20 mounts. He's like, yeah, man, sell that while you doing the job. Oh, your TV's on the ground. Hey, if you want, I do TV Mountain. I could throw your TV up on the wall. That was a new hustle for me, man. One thing that's helped me along this journey is everything that I did, I enjoyed. Like, I had fun with it, man. I don't know, man. You remember when we worked for WOW, like, even though we had them crappy days, like, it was a vibe to go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
You know, we just hit Starbucks first thing. Like, hey, if nothing else, we hitting Starbucks first thing in the morning. So.
I think that's the beauty in entrepreneurship. Like, every day is like, for example, when we did cable, every day was different in different cribs. It wasn't like I went to the same desk or I went to the same restaurant.
Matter of fact, that wasn't even entrepreneur. That was pre-entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was the gateway.
But I know what you mean. Yeah, that was the gateway, man. Like that. It's funny because all my life, I feel like I was built to be an entrepreneur. When they used to ask that question, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you graduate college? I don't know. Yeah. Because to me, the thought of doing the same exact thing every single day for, first of all, I couldn't,
years or so, man.
For years, I couldn't do the same thing for 2 years straight. Yeah. So the thought of doing the same exact, unless, I mean, I don't know now I'm different, but work-wise, working for somebody else, I could never do the same thing every single day for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and not even 2 years, man. So I could never answer that question. Oh, what do you want to do? I don't know. I didn't know. I graduated high school not knowing what I wanted to do. But the rubric was you go to college and then
that's what
you get a career doing the same exact
high school,
boring-ish.
Good grades, get a job, retire. But people fail to realize it's what 2022, the year, right? So it's not what like that rubric worked 30 years ago.
Right.
Nowadays we have technology, bro. Like they don't know yet, but when you started your entrepreneurship, there was a third party involved, right? Which was an app they have to use, right? So you found an opportunity where like if I can use this resource to get jobs, how can I leverage this to create my own business, right?
Yeah.
And you found ways.
Actually, I didn't even, you know what? It's crazy you say that because I didn't come up with that concept on my own. I met somebody who was multi-millionaire. I think he had 2 or 3 houses, but he was the one who lit the candle for me on going into business for myself and like really making money, like valuing myself, valuing what I do and the effort that I'm willing to put into what I do. He was the one that I'll never forget. Got to his house. I met him through the app Thumbtack. Thumbtack for pros. Yo, Thumbtack, I made a lot of money with Thumbtack, and I met NFL players through Thumbtack. I met Major League Baseball players through Thumbtack doing work, and I still...
Yeah, but hold on. How did that happen, though, right? Something as simple as, like, what was a business card, right?
Oh, well, I got to go to the beginning first.
I
got to go to the beginning first. Matter of fact, let me go to the very beginning. So when cable died... I remember I was in New Jersey. I was Uber and Lyft was popping. You know, and there was cats at my church doing Uber and Lyft, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do Uber and Lyft, and I did Uber and Lyft. Now, mind you, let me go back. I always had an entrepreneur spirit from the time I was a kid. Like, I remember going to summer camp when I was in middle school, and got back from the summer camp, had bought a bunch of glow sticks, not digital camera. They used to have the little Kodak camera, disposable cameras. Remember those?
I remember those. You charge the light over the flash.
Yeah. So I would save my money, and I bought like random stuff at the gift shop that I knew people would like. And I spent a week at this sleepaway camp, and I bought all this stuff from the gift shop, took it back to the summer camp that I was going to, kind of how we went to the Boys and Girls Club. So took it back to that summer camp and started selling the stuff. And I mean, left and right, high price, you know what I'm saying? So anyhow, that was the kid version of me learning, okay, I'm trying to fill a need. Like, I'm trying to make some money. I need to find creative ways to make that. Fast forward in adulthood, man, I used to, when I was living in Trinity, I worked at Walmart. I worked for a windshield company. I played for a church, and I was going to school all at the same time. And I remember on Sundays, on my day off, I would go when the Bucks had a home game. Because I saw this kid doing it one night, so I was like, yo, that's a good idea. And I would go to the games, and when people were walking into the games, I would stand on the corner with 2 coolers full of ice water, and I would say, ice cold water, ice cold water. Yeah. Hey, how much? Listen, if you feel inclined to give a donation, cool, but I'm not asking for anything. It's hot out. Yeah. And people would be like, hey, look, man, here's $1. Well, hey man, here's $2.
You don't need a permit for that.
All I got's a $5. Yo, here's a $5. Right. You don't need a permit for donations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the loophole.
Mm-hmm.
Now the mistake I made was I got greedy, and so first I would do it before the game started, and then while the game was going on, I'd go back to Walmart or wherever and re-up, get more waters, get more ice, and get ready for the crowd leaving. I would actually, people leave early, so I would just stand out there after going back to Walmart, waiting for like the early leavers and the people that were leaving when the game let out. One day I got greedy and I went in front of the gates. I was in front of the gates, yo. Stadium security came out. They was like, hey, trespass. You ever come back here? You don't come to our gates. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, that killed that. But fast forward with the cable company, like there's always a hustle. There's always a way you can leverage either something on the job. You just got to find the loopholes. Like with the cable company, I'm telling all the secrets today. So it ain't even much secrets because so many people was doing the same thing. But we used to run wires for the people. And the wires cost extra, and it would be like $79. And I would tell the people, like, look, if you want to pay cash, I'll do it for $20 right quick. You know what I mean? So there was hustles with the cable game. And fast forward. So when the cable company fired everybody, I was in New Jersey. I was driving Lyft. And this advertisement came on the radio for tackle. Tackle jobs are just any odd jobs. House cleaning, mounting TVs, repairing, putting furniture. It was just random jobs. Well, yeah, anything. Yeah. So I downloaded it. I'm like, frick yeah. And tackle was the joint, man. I did tackle I did tackle till tackle died during the pandemic. I love tackle, yo. I used to have a tone. It was a bird chirp. You know what I'm saying? I would know, oh, shoot, that's a tackle job.
What was the chirp?
Yeah, you stupid, man. When I would hear that chirp, I would know, oh, shoot, that's a job, yo. And so this is how my entrepreneurial journey, like, really first started. So somebody in church gave me a book. And it was somebody that I really looked up to. He gave me a book called No Excuses by Brian Tracy. Yeah. I didn't want to, the following week, disappoint him by having not read the book, because I'm not big on reading. I've never been big on reading. It was like a punishment when I was growing up. But I will listen audibly. So what happened is I started reading the book, and I was convicted. Like, I'm like, yo, this is real. Like, it was all about self accountability, personal development, and accountability. And I'm like, damn.
That's key.
It is, man. That's key. Like, so I'm like, dang, man. I need to clean up some stuff, man. Like, I need to apologize to some people, man. You know what I mean? You might have got a text during that time, man, or Marco Polo or something. Yeah. So when I would have jobs, it was like, yo, I don't want to like, my man to ask me, yo, how far have you gotten in the book? Because by now I should be done with the book. So I'm like, maybe they got an audio version I can listen to, because I'll do better listening to something. Yeah. So I looked it up on YouTube. Sure enough, they had the audio book. So I would listen to it while cleaning the house. I would listen to it while working. And it's crazy how stuff happens. Like YouTube, they got the algorithms where your one video will transition into another video. Or, excuse me, it will relate to another video. That's what I meant to say. So that's how I discovered Les Brown. Just listening to the Brian Tracy audio and then listening to his little short clips. And then it would be like these motivational compilations. And prior to this, I had never listened to this stuff. I'm listening to Les Brown, and he's talking about his story about how he bought his mama a house and didn't check to see if there was a lien on it, all that. And I'm just like, man, that thing was grabbing me, yo. Like, I'm like, dang, this is good stuff, yo. And then other motivational videos would come on with other people, and I'm like, man, I want to learn. I want to find more of these type of people. So I'm looking for the motivational videos and stuff. And I found out about Miles Monroe, and I'm like, is that his name? Miles Monroe? Yeah. I'm like, yo, damn, yo, he dropping gems, yo. Doctor. You know what I'm saying? Doctor, yo. Yeah. And then one day I got the joint on. I remember I was cleaning the house, and I hear this dude yelling. I mean, like going in. You better get your butt going in, and he was saying real stuff, and I'm like, yo, who is this dude? The way he was speaking was the way I was accustomed to getting spoken to growing up all my life. It was like church folk, my parents, everybody would speak to me like exactly the same way. So it didn't bother me that he was yelling. It was like, yo, this is what I grew up listening. You know what I mean? With people yelling at me like this, but I'm like, yo, this cat is saying some real stuff. Who is this? And I looked at the names on the list, and I was like, I'm typing the names in one by one and listening to their stuff. And then when I got to him, I was like, oh, okay, that's that dude that I was hearing yelling. I'm like, yo, this cat's saying some real stuff. So I was addicted at that point. Like it was like a drug. Like I was constantly listening to nothing but motivational self-development. I would do it on the jobs, and that's what made the jobs fun. I remember I had my little Bluetooth speaker with the little flashing lights and stuff, and I'm like, yo, like I'm just in the zone. I'm painting the house, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to make 3 G's tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like I'm feeling good, yo. Yeah, man, it was a good time, man. Everything, I don't know, ever since I started that type of stuff, everything that I do work-wise, everything that I do when I'm on the job, like it's a vibe, yo. Like, not every job, obviously, but a lot of jobs are a vibe.
Like, how did you really, it's a transition, man, from like working a job, you know what I'm saying, hearing these videos, feeling motivated to do it, right? Even if you use, Thumbtack's not entrepreneurship in a sense, because you're using somebody else. I look at entrepreneurship.
Yeah, you're using another app.
To get your jobs. They're doing the hard work for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're finding the leads. They're finding the leads. Yeah, so, okay, good. So, yeah, what I did was I was doing...
It's vital. I'm sorry, it's vital, man, because like you can do the same thing with Uber, bro. You know what I'm saying? Uber is a company, right? That gets you jobs for people that need rides, right? What if somebody's in your whip right now? You give them a business card. They like your car.
I used to do that.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Now you're eliminating that, right?
Yeah.
You're taking on everything. Just call me when you need a ride.
Yeah. That's what I used to do that. So, what I leave off, I was doing the tackle, and then I found out about Thumbtack. And that was a game changer because I met this, like I said, multi-millionaire dude. And I was doing a job at his house, gated community, big old house, you know what I mean? The works. Man, he laid into me, yo. He was like, so you trying to start your own business? You got this big red truck. Why are you not advertising? Why don't you have magnets on the side of your car? And the stuff he was saying was so real, but I had never thought about this stuff.
It's simple, too. It's not
It is. But because I had never been around people who thought like that or people who moved like that, I didn't know what I didn't know. Real quick, I had a conversation about somebody with parenting. I told you this recently, man. One of the things that you have to understand as a new parent is to a child, life is new. They don't know anything. They don't know what they don't know.
Yeah,
so you can't be so aggressive towards them. You know what I'm saying? Like they only know what they've been exposed to, what they're taught. And that's something that I'm going to get into on a later episode is parenting, yo. Because that's vital. Yo, what it takes to be a good parent. Anyhow, so I met this dude and he was laying into me. He was like, man, you know, you ain't got no magnets on the side of your truck. He was saying all this stuff. And he was talking to me about like not being afraid to charge what I'm worth and what I'm doing and all this. So the dude trusted me. He trusted my integrity. He left me in his house alone to do my work and stuff with all this. I mean, my man had an 86-inch TV, man. I think it was 86 inches. And that's when he told me Best Buy was charging $250 to mount TVs. Mm-hmm. From what I understand, that was just to mount them. Mm-hmm. That wasn't concealing wires and putting wall sheets and all that. Yeah. That was a game changer. You know what I'm saying? The prices had to go up when I heard that. Like, hey, I got a sales pitch. Yeah. So anyhow, he came back and he asked me how much it was going to be. And I was a little reluctant. But I was like, $1,000. And he was like, okay. That was the first time that I had ever made $1,000 in one day.
Mounting a TV.
No, I did a bunch of little stuff.
Yeah.
Mounting ceiling fans and different things. Moving a table, but...
That was a stack, though, one day.
It was a stack. It was my first time ever making a stack in one day. Mm-hmm. And something in my subconscious said, yo, it's possible. Now I know it. So I was like, yo, that's what I'm shooting for. Like, I'm trying to make $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I raised my prices. I learned how to articulate myself better and let people know, like, look, I'm...
Knowing your self-worth, like...
Yeah, that's what it was, man. I had to,
gas, right? There's a lot of... What if a tool breaks? You gotta pay for your tool, right? They're not paying for insurance.
It was exciting to upgrade my tools, man, because after a while, like, it became so easy. It was just repetitive, yo. When I was trying to start my own business, I didn't know what I wanted to start a business in. But I wanted to start a business. I wanted to be making money for myself officially on the books with the LLC and all that, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. So...
LLC, $200.
Yeah. So... I was like brainstorming, like, man, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, cause the way my mind works, I don't like to be locked into one thing. Like, I don't want to be just a cleaning service. In the beginning, I thought I wanted to do that, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And then I thought I wanted to take down satellites exclusively. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Then I thought I wanted to mount TVs exclusively. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And then I thought I wanted to just put furniture together, and I was like, hell no, I don't want to do that because there's so many.
And not work for somebody.
You're right. Yeah. Sorry, my mic dropped out. Why I prefer entrepreneurship? So there's a stress that comes with entrepreneurship, no doubt.
Yeah.
The stress is it's do or die. You got to figure out how you gonna make money, how you gonna feed your family, how you gonna get gas and groceries, how you gonna do these things. You know what I'm saying? Without the help of a job. But to me, I'd rather have the stress of let me figure it out versus the stress of working for somebody where they tell you when to come in, they tell you when to leave. You got to submit a request for time off, and then you got to wait till they approve that request. And you know, some jobs they want to. Man, some jobs take advantage. They want to
pay for most jobs unless you have leave days. If you ain't got no per diem, no leave days, no nothing, bro, you're taking off with no pay.
Yeah, frick that, man. And then with some jobs, freaking, they'll want to hear your reason for taking off or something. And if it doesn't sound good enough to them, it's like, nah, we don't think right now is a good time for you to be taking leave. Whoa, that's too much control, man. There is a statistic that says that the most heart attacks occur on Monday mornings from people going to jobs that they hate, jobs that they can't stand. It's already bad enough people are on a bad diet. People got high cholesterol, high blood pressure and all this, but now they stressed out because they go into a job that they can't stand. But they have to go there because they gotta have, or they feel like they have to go there because they don't. It's really a lack of knowledge. They don't have the knowledge necessary to give them the confidence to say, you know what, I don't need to work for this company anymore. I can make it, yo. Like, I got personality. I'm creative. I can do something, and that's why YouTube is so good right now, yo. YouTube is like,
that's key.
Yeah, that is, bro.
That's key, bro.
I'll be dragging.
Bro.
I'll be dragging.
No, not you. No, not you at all. You could make this 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying one of the most vital things about being an entrepreneur is time, bro.
Right.
Managing your time, being able to, like, you know, I could go to Puerto Rico tomorrow.
Nah, that's real. Because I remember, you're right. Because I remember working for the cable company. I remember, like, having to work on Thanksgiving. They're like, yeah, you only have to work a couple hours, just 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Or 2 jobs, but then 2 jobs turn into 3 jobs. Yeah. I remember having to work at the hospital on New Year's Eve and Christmas Day.
So you're missing them.
Right. Man, that was miserable. Talk about miserable. I remember missing out on cookouts and family events while working for the cable company. I'm like, yo, I'm sick of this, yo.
And those are moments, bro.
Exactly.
Memories.
Exactly.
You're not a part of because you got to work.
Exactly, man.
One of the biggest lies is that time is money, which couldn't be more false. You know what I'm saying? I understand like what they're trying to say, right? You taking my time, trading for money, stuff like that. Time, you can never get back.
No, you can't.
Right? You 32, 33 right now.
That's
right?
true.
You're not 20 no more. You ain't 30 no more. But what happened, happened. Time, bro. I don't think people understand like the value of being your own boss, being able to do things when you feel like it. Yeah. I'm not saying every day you're gonna feel like being an entrepreneur. Right? You gotta push through it. But I feel like time is. You're only gonna get older, bro. And most of these jobs, right? For example, the Army, right? They promise you retirement, right? I'm in the Army. They promise you retirement, which I got in before 2017, right? So I'm on that retirement thing.
Right.
But then that transitioned into a blended retirement, which is something completely different.
Right.
I say that to say because you could work for a medical, company, and they promise you retirement, but 18 years down the line, that company go out of business. And now what?
I've heard of stories where people worked for a company for years and got 8 months, 9 months from their retirement. Yeah, yo, make a little mistake and lose all of that, yo.
Came to work 1 minute late.
Yeah, it's like the company was looking for a reason to save that money. And in some cases, that could be the case. You know what I'm saying? That's just too much power being given over to someone else.
And most jobs, if we being real in 2022, bro, they don't offer retirement. You'll do your 401k, you might have a TSP, you might have a Roth IRA, stuff like that, right? But retirement, bro, that's not a thing no more, bro.
That's real.
Unless you work for really good companies, right? Which is very possible. If that's what you do, you do.
Yeah.
Those jobs don't offer retirement. That company, bro, ain't nothing for a company to go bankrupt, bro, and start over somewhere else. I'm just saying, man, like the Army, they'll keep you in because of benefits. And though I love the benefits, right? We got dental, we got health.
Yeah.
We got that, right?
Yeah.
If I make $100K a year, that's light work. If I make $100K a year, I can pay for insurance, bro. What are you talking about right now, bro? You know what I'm saying? If I make $80,000 a year, I can pay for insurance. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
All you need is like 75, 80 grand a year to sustain a decent lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Have your insurance, nice little house, right?
Yeah.
I feel like once you understand like the cheat code or like everything that goes into being an entrepreneur, and you find out what it is you want to do, whatever niche it is, whatever it is you want to do, you can always build. Like, you'll see, like, Walmart's always improving. You'll see, like, they'll start remodeling McDonald's. It can always be better. There's never a 100%
There's never a cap off. Yeah, there's never a cap. There's no cap. Lowe's model, never stop improving.
Always, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I say that, like, for marriage advice, for everything. Life full scale, man. Just never stop improving.
Take a look in the mirror, understanding who you are and what you want out of life, bro. And not being scared of failing. That's key. Because there's a lot of people, like, for example, we were talking earlier about E.T., right? Mm-hmm. He had the courage to go shoot videos in public areas and do what he does. People don't understand how scary it is, bro, to really go be vulnerable and do this.
That's
in
real.
Front of
people walking by, looking at you like, yo, this cat crazy.
Laugh at you, look at the corner, you know, say something and just mess up your whole rhythm.
That's
you know
real.
What I'm saying? And then now you're discouraged, right?
Yeah, that's real.
But if you don't, that's what I say about being comfortable. Like, you need to start doing the things that you are not comfortable doing in order to level up. The thing that you're scared of the most, yo, that's God telling you, bro. That's you. Yeah, you need to do that, because if you do not do that, you will be where you're at. Because what you've been doing that made you comfortable led you to where you are today.
Yeah.
The things that make you uncomfortable are going to help you level up. That's how I look at it,
That's
right?
real.
You want to be a singer, but you're scared to sing.
I was going to say, that's how it worked for me with music, man. I remember, man, I just wanted to be on the level of some of these other musicians. It took a lot of L's, man, like a lot of hurts, man. A lot of getting fired, a lot of getting told I wasn't good enough. Funny story, I remember one time, yo, this was back when, I don't know if this was before, I think this might have been before you used to come with me to church, man. It was one time I was playing, I'm in there having a good time, yo. I'm thinking I'm killing it. I was tearing the song up so bad. My uncle got up off the organ. It's like, yo, freak this. Yo, just got up. This is at the end of church. My dad, in the middle of the song, started packing up his bass. He rolling the chord up.
Oh, they were pissed.
Well, they was fed up, bro. They was through. They was fed up. It was funny because I finished the song alone. And my dad was like a roast king, man. My dad looked at me. He was like, wow, Daryl, I can't begin to tell you how bad that was. He said, no, you got to improve just to suck. I'm out here freaking up, man. Oh man, I'm out here freaking up, yo. And it's funny, man. That's powerful what you said. You gotta be willing to take L's. You can't be afraid to take L's.
That's key, man.
You just gotta keep.
We're all scared of failure.
Yeah, man. I think one of the goofiest things I ever did. I did a lot of goofy things, man. One time, I was working for McDonald's. Back in the day when we used to have the red button downs and the black visor, there was only one camera in the whole building. It was, matter of fact, there was two cameras. There was one on the register and one on the back door. So the soda machine, it was a free-for-all on the soda machine. Making burgers for ourselves, the employees, we eating and what have you. Anyhow, the big thing during that time was when you came to work, you made your presence known. You come flying past the drive-through window, or the tires spinning, or the music bumping. You know, you drive by 2 miles an hour with the music bumping. Like, you did something. You might rev the engine up if you got a tuner car.
Yeah.
That was just a big thing. It was just like you had to make your presence known that you was pulling up. It was like an unwritten rule. We was young. This was during the time when I had first got my license. I didn't have a car, so I would either get a ride to work, or if my parents were gracious enough, they'd let me borrow their car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Say, oh, yeah, and then on the day off, you go up to the job, because if you ain't working and your boy's working, your boy hooks you up with some food or something. You could work in there, you could always get food, whether you was working that day or not. So anyhow, I went to take a test one. It was a Saturday. Coming back, I'm like, man, I'm finna get me a meal right quick. Now, you know, my parents, they thing was always this. Yo, when I got their car, you go straight to school and straight back home. Straight to take your test and then bring your ace back home. I go to the job because I'm like, man, I want to get me a bite, yo. And it was raining on this day. All right, I'm going to fly past the drive-through window, skid around the corner. Yeah, pulling up, yeah. So my dumb behind, being 16 years old, I wasn't thinking that, okay, McDonald's got that good asphalt. Trying to slam the brakes on a rainy day on that good asphalt, not a good idea. I go flying past the drive-through window, and I'm at like 20 miles an hour. Mind you, where the turn is only like, I don't know, 3 yards away. It's a short distance. I'm doing 20 on a short distance. I hit the corner. The truck was still moving forward. My wheels was turned left, but the truck was still moving forward. Yo, I'm like, oh shit, yo. I hit that curve, D. I mean, smacked it with so much force, yo. Like, I know the whole restaurant heard it. And what made matters worse, when I look back, McDonald's, I don't know if you remember McDonald's on 19. McDonald's on 19 used to have that big window in the front of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Actually, most McDonald's are like that. They got that big old window in the front of the restaurant. Everybody's seeing you. So I'm on the curb. I'm just stopped, yo. I'm embarrassed like a mug, yo. I'm just stopped. I'm laughing because I feel so goofy, man. I'm just laughing. And I said, I backed up the truck. When I backed it up, I felt like a boom, boom, boom. So I'm like, frick, yo. I'm about to get killed, man, because I'm supposed to be at home. Now the truck, something didn't happen to the truck. I'm going to a parking spot, and all I'm hearing is, and I'm like, frick, yo. I said, I'm not walking inside, because I know everybody didn't see me, yo.
Yeah.
It's pouring down rain. I get out, I look.
Oh, it's raining.
The tire came off the rim. Yeah, it was raining, it was pouring. So I got out the truck, I looked, the tire was off the rim. I'm like, frick. I got no jack, I got no tools, I got nothing. So I'm like, damn, man, what I'm gonna do, yo? So I called my boy. I said, yo, I need you to meet me at McDonald's, man, on 19, yo. I said, I done fricked up. I said, I need you to bring a jack, a tire iron. We might have to run to the tire shop. So my boy came, he helped me out. We took it over to the tire shop. Dude was like, look, fill it with some air and you should be all right. He puts air in the tire and the air held. I was like, thank God, yo. I'm like, cool. I said, yo, I'm going back, putting this on, and I'm going home. On my way home, just before I got to my house, I was in the turning lane, and I hit the brakes, and the truck was just sliding. I stopped right before I hit the car in front of me. The car in front of me happened to be a state trooper. Instantly, he hit the lights, bro, and I was like, frick, yo, can this thing get any worse, man? So the dude gets out, he comes over to the window, he's like, how you doing today? I said, to be honest, officer, not good. I said, I had a test, I don't know how I did. I started just telling him that. I told him everything chronologically, and he was like, he said, man, just get home safe, man. Like, he was cool, he let me go. So, I mean, things turned out good, man. I did some goofy stuff, yo, but I'll share another story on another episode. Yo, what's it?
Friends are right.
What's it? Yeah, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, dog.
Man, you just can't be scared of failure, bro.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, you live in proof. I believe it was Einstein. He said something about, like, you could fail 1,000 times, right? Mm-hmm. But you didn't fail 1,000 times. You found 1,000 different ways of getting it right. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, to gain the right result.
Like, all you gotta do is get it, bro. You can fail. You're gonna fail, but people look at failure as a bad thing.
Right.
Like failure, like it has such a negative
connotation.
Yeah, to it, where it's like, hold on, no. That's the process, bro.
But that's like me with music, man. Like, that's the only thing I can, like, that's one of many things I can really speak on. Is like my journey with music, like getting better, just getting better by failing, man. Like you know what it was though? People used to talk smack. People used to say, I'm sure people used to talk. I mean, I had people talk trash to me before. It was rare, but it happened. Yeah. It never bothered me because my love for the music was stronger than whatever negative thing they had to say about me, whatever negative thing they might have felt about me. It was like my love for the music was so solidified, man.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't care what you have to say. Like,
passionate, bro.
That's passionate. Yeah, that's real because. Yeah, that's one of the things that I was always passionate about was music, man. That's on some no alarm clock needed. If I know I got a gig tomorrow, my body's waking up before the alarm clock. That was actually the same passion I developed for this podcast. When I thought about it, when you sent me the logo, I was like, yo, I would wake up every day like, yo, before the alarm clock, like, yo, I'm about to get it, yo. Like, this is about to be it, yo. You know what? Sometimes people need encouragement, man. And here's a good bit of encouragement. Think about yourself 10 years ago. And just for face value, imagine what yourself 10 years ago would say about you today if yourself could see you today. Just at face value, maybe I got to drop my seat. I got my head all leaning. I'm not feeling that. Anyhow, yeah, but just side note. Just imagine what yourself 10 years ago would say if yourself 10 years ago saw you today. For me, 23 years old. 23 years old, I just had my second child. thinking of everything that was going on during that time. I tell you what, man, I had an epiphany one morning, 10 years ago. I remember, and that was 2 years into my marriage, actually. So, I mean, my marriage was like, it was shaky. Oh, yeah, it was damn sure a shaky time, man. Yeah. We were learning each other still. We were... Yeah, you gotta give a relationship patience. As a matter of fact, I think that'll be the next topic I talk about, the virtue of patience, and take a deep dive into that. Yeah, like I was saying, so I had an epiphany. Hey, them 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. epiphanies, that's scarier than a nightmare, bro. Like, it's one thing to have a nightmare, night terror, you wake up, but 3 or 4 a.m. epiphanies are even scarier, in my opinion. I remember I had an epiphany like 3 a.m. one time, and it was this dude that I knew at this church I used to go to who was a custodian, man. I seen him at the gas station one time. He was in his 40s, gray hairs and stuff. And he was still rocking the FUBU jersey. Remember the FUBU jersey?
Bro, 05, bro.
That's the 05. My man had the FUBU and the baggy shorts. You know what I'm saying? Like the John Cena look. Yeah, I remember seeing him at the gas station, and it was like, I said, what you doing out this late? Because it was like midnight. He's like, I'm just getting off work. I said, what do you do? And he was like, I'm a custodian. And my epiphany, I woke up. Now, he said this to me. We had this encounter maybe months prior to this epiphany. This happening in the middle of my sleep. But yeah, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I was just like, I don't want that to be me. Like, I don't want to be 40-something years old, 50 years old, driving some busted, raggedy car and being a custodian or being like a garbage man. No, I need to, and that's when my life started to spin in a more positive direction. Ideas started coming. So I guess anybody who's ever had that experience, it's going to get better. Man, I love what TD Jakes said. If you don't make the right decision, it's going to be the decision that leads you to the decision. That might be vital to somebody. I'm going to borrow that real quick, just in case I didn't say anything already that was vital to somebody. Now, if I did, just type that in the comment box, because I'm going to put this on YouTube. Instagram me, all right? That description will be on YouTube as well. Yeah, so my son dropped the gym.
I was stuck. How old is your son? How old is he?
He's 10.
10 years old.
My son is 10 years old. It was something that I had said to my son that I guess I forgot that I said to him. He said, Daddy says that you don't begin to value something that you have that you may have neglected for a while until someone else starts to give that thing more value than you've been giving it. So for kids, they'll have toys that they ain't played with in years. My kids are notorious for that. Anytime the younger sibling is playing with something or finds value in something that the older sibling has decided, you know what, I really don't care for that anymore. Now, all of a sudden, the older sibling finds all this value in that thing. And people are the same way. Like with relationships, dudes be dogging their women out, treating them like straight trash, yo. Yo, let Fabio come through, man. Be trying to serenade her with some keys.
Yeah, you know
what I mean? Yeah, yo. Then cats want to get mad, but it be the same thing with females, yo. Females be dogging their dudes out, man. Dude done went all out, yo. You know what I'm saying? Spent all this money trying to give you the best life. Spent money taking you to the spa. Let me stop, man. I can't go into detail with the females because then it looks like I'm attacking them. You know what I mean? But y'all get the point. You know what I mean? Anyhow, that's all I got for today, yo. I'm logging off. Yo, so I forgot. I went in a completely different direction. In the beginning, I was talking about how doing the electrical job and what was revealed to me. The gem in that was tying into what TD Jakes has said about before the Lord elevates you, how he cuts you back. The gem in that was God was saying, okay, if you can get through this job having none of the tools and just the knowledge that you've learned over this time period that is taking you to learn this knowledge, that lets me know and lets you know that you're prepared to go to the next level, because you didn't just mimic and memorize things you saw. You actually learned the knowledge. It also lends to that idea that wealth is a mindset thing. You can strip a wealthy person of everything and they'll regain that wealth, because you can't strip that mindset. Once that mindset is instilled in you, it's there for life. So the knowledge, you never forget the knowledge.